My name is Dr. Liz Hartman. I'm an Associate Professor of Education here at Lasell, and I am here with many people that I'm about to introduce, and welcome to our collaborative presentation about our partnership, Lasell, and the Caribbean island nation of Antigua and Barbuda. So with me today, we have a great mix of colleagues and students, both from here and internationally from the actual island of Antigua and Barbuda. For our students today, we have Sarah Axon, a junior education major. On video today, we have with Sarah, Olivia Knox and Mindy Esposito. They're off student teaching today, which is why they can't be here physically with us. For professors, we have me here at Lasell, and then also my colleague, Dr. Amy Maynard, who's also an associate professor here in the education program, and our esteemed guest today that we are very, very grateful to have with us. We have Ayana Shadrick, who is a teacher and newly minted special ed teacher. Just last week got her special education license, finished her student teaching. From Antigua, she works in a secondary school on the island, and you'll hear a little bit more about our work with her over the last 6 years. And then we also have joining us Livette Thomas.
Good morning, everyone.
And Livette is a 5th and 6th grade social studies teacher at T.N. Kiernan, the school that we student teach in when we're in the Caribbean. So now that those introductions are over, let's begin. The theme of the presentation today is two small places. Now, you all know Lasell. We're a small institution. We're a very cozy, welcoming, warm place. And when you compare us to many of the bigger universities and even colleges in this geographic area, we look kind of different. We promise students who come here that they'll have a real intimate experience. They'll get to know the people that are helping them. They'll get to know the people that are teaching them. And I think one of the things that we do so well here at Lasell is we make connections. We're all about connected learning. We connect what we learned in the classroom to the outside world, but we also are really very connected with each other. We always are trying to help each other. So I think it was destiny, really, that we ended up partnering with the Caribbean island of Antigua. Antigua is also a small place. I think you have a population of maybe just under 100,000, yes. And in the Caribbean is known to be one of the nicest islands. And not just nice because of their 365 beaches, one for every day, but
which we're working on.
They're known to be one of the nicest, most gracious people in the Caribbean to welcome people to their most beautiful, amazingly rich and lush paradise to come and vacation. So the fact that we have these two welcoming small places coming together, I feel is just magic, and we'll be talking today about this collaboration between Lasell College and Antigua. So this all began a few years ago when the word came out that they were looking for professors to start more shoulder-to-shoulder programs. So shoulder-to-shoulder, you may know on campus, is the pairing of rigorous coursework with some sort of international experience. So for the last 5 years, we've been teaching students about Antigua, teaching about our partnership, and then after that fall course, we, in the week of January, which is the perfect time to go to the Caribbean, take about 12 of our students down to the island to partner with our local teachers down there and do a week of real intense student teaching and also just a collaborative exchange with the people that we partner with down in the island. So over the last 5 years, our partnership grows, our work continues to grow and deepen, and every year we have new exciting challenges and projects to take on. And the most, I think, exciting thing about this year is the fact that we're here talking about this partnership and collaboration with Ayana and Lavette here. A few years ago, we really, decided to think, how can we push this to the next level? We've been kind of doing this for 3 years. It's been going well. What could we actually do to really affect change on the island? And not just have it about us being the people that go down, but really thinking about how we can partner with our colleagues in Antigua. So we asked and listened, and what we heard is that they really want to come up and visit us here. They really want to come up and see Lasell. They've been hearing about Lasell, they've been meeting our students, but they wanted to take classes here. They wanted to see public schools and what teachers like them, but here in the U.S., how they set up their classrooms, what their students look like, how do they teach students with special needs. So Amy and I put our heads together, and through some generous donations, we were able to secure the funds to have Ayana and Lavette here today. So the foundation of our whole project here is really collaboration and really bringing these two communities together. When we go down, to Antigua, we partner with many different organizations. One of the groups we partner with, Ayana's part of, is the Special Needs Assessment Team, and she'll talk about that a little bit more. But the gist of it is it's a newly formed team on the island of people really interested in kickstarting special ed services, especially because many of the students on the island who have special needs don't get the support that they need to meet their full potential. We also partner with schools. Here we have T.N. Kiernan, where Lavette teaches. It's a primary school, K through 6th grade. And part of T.N. Kiernan is also a unit for the deaf and a unit for the blind. So there are students with special needs. It's a perfect place for us to come and work. Part of our work when we go down there is not just teaching, but every year we go down and ask the teachers what they need. We work with them to say, okay, what's your next challenge in your classroom? And teachers will say to us, I really want to do more group work. So could you please come down next year and give me 10 great strategies of how to work with students in different groups? Or, I really want to do, like in this kindergarten class, more work with letter identification and phonemes. So what would really be great is if we had little whiteboards and some dry erase markers so that the students would be able to write letters and be able to show them to me.
That also reflects, the use of the whiteboards really reflects a changing pedagogy, so that the teachers are really looking at the best practice, so that gradual release model where our students are working with the children, and then they're also working in small groups and individually. So that's I'm especially pleased about.
And one of the things you see up here on the left is a teacher we've been working with at T.N. Kiernan who just really, every year, she's like, more, give me more, I need markers, I need that. And she set up in her classroom a whole station for the kids to have access throughout the day to any markers, crayons, scissors. And because this station was set up, now they can do projects. Now they can do more interactive lessons. It's not just, prior to this, it was a lot of what they call in Antigua chalk and talk, where the teacher's up at the board writing chalkboards in this school because it's not well funded, and the students kind of call and response, but they don't really have that opportunity to really dig in and do more project-based learning because they don't have the supplies. So a key part of what we do is we work hard, we collect donations, and then we bring those donations into the schools, and then, like Amy says, we're really trying to model best practices.
As you can see, one of the things that we bring down, and you'll see as part of the video, we do bring down quite a few books, but we've also tried, this is a picture of some donated books that the students use, but one of the things we've really been trying to do, as Liz was saying, is to share best practice. So we've really been trying to do things like read alouds, think alouds, and then also independent reading, having students do book projects, really digging into using the library, because a lot of the books that we bring go to the library. So we really, this last January, we actually had a professional development with the teachers, and one of the things we did was we brought the teachers into the library, we showed them the resources, we asked our students the following day to bring those resources into the classrooms, where they then taught lessons using the resources. So we know, even if the librarian says, I've told the teachers that the things are there, they know that they're there, some of the teachers said, where did you get this great resource? So we said, it's in the library. So we had to really think about the way to get people to know what was happening in the library and where those resources were and how to use them.
Another goal for us on the island is to really build capacity and support around special ed services. Unlike here in the U.S., we have special ed law, and it guarantees all children free and appropriate access to a public education in the least restrictive environment possible. Antiguan special ed law is not yet enacted yet. They don't have laws protecting students with special needs. So what we're trying to do is help the teachers like Ayana and Lavette who are really interested in making sure that all Antiguan children get a great education. So we provide training when we go down. We each year ask them, what do you want to learn about next? What can I help and train you on, when I come down in January? So that every year there's more and more teachers who are learning about what special needs are and how to best teach students with special needs. And it's not all work. We do have some fun too. A big goal for us in traveling down there is not only to be a part and work shoulder to shoulder with the teachers on the island, but also really experience the culture and have our students just feel what it's like to be in another place. Many of the students from Lasell that we bring down, this is their first time ever leaving the country. Many of the students that we bring down, they might have never been to the Caribbean. They might have never been in a place where they were the only person who was white in a room. So this island really provides a rich opportunity for students who want to experience another culture, want to go and travel internationally. They might not be able to do so like for a whole semester, but this week allows people to go abroad and have that taste of another culture.
One of the exciting things that happened to us, not last time, but the time before, we brought the group of students on Friday night to this special, down at the marina, there's a special event, and there's a barbecue, and there's lots and lots of people. There are a lot of boats, probably from that first picture, so there's a lot of boats in the marina. It's really crowded, a lot of people. So our students had worked all week in the schools, every single day, Monday through Friday. They taught with the teachers. We had, lunch with the teachers. And so we got down to this event, and we kind of thought it was a big deal. It's a nice meal, and there's all the boats are there, and the students were a little bit. I felt like they were a little deflated. And when we sit together and eat, and they said we were leaving, and I could feel it. I mean, we were tired from the week, but they said, there are a lot of tourists here. And I thought about it, and we talked about it, and it was. They didn't view themselves, they thought they were part of the community, which we were with our teachers and working with the teachers, and they just said, this seems like a lot of tourists. And they never questioned it, and I thought, that's great, right? They see themselves as part of the community. I'm not in that picture either. Not out of that boat.
All right, enough from us. I'm going to pass it over to our teachers so you can hear from them firsthand their point of view of our partnership. Ayana?
Good day again, everyone. Hi. My name is Ayana Shadrach, for those of you who just walked in, and I am an English language teacher. I teach grades 7 to 9. Actually, I teach slow learners English language because we have leveled learning at my school. My school is called the Clear Hall Secondary School. It's a high school. It goes to 5th form, and that's like 12th grade, 11th grade here. And I'm also a member of the Special Education Needs Assessment Team in Antigua within the Ministry of Education. I had the opportunity of meeting Dr. Hartman and her team, Ms. Maynard. I met Ms. Maynard later, but I met Dr. Hartman some 6 years ago when I joined the Special Education Assessment Team. And she would come every year and she would do training with us. She used to do this little exercise every time. Every year she'd come, she would do this little exercise. She'd put the post-its up on the wall and have us go around and say, what we used to do, what we want to do, how far are we, what would you like to get done. And she may think it's an icebreaker it's an icebreaker for her. But for us, we use the information that we plotted on those post-its to plan ahead. Every year, during the school year, we refer to those charts and we say, this is what we want to get done. So she basically helps us to make our checklists for things and activities and plans that we want to, or we have to make special ed better in our country. We are leaning towards inclusion, and that is a big deal. So now students with disabilities, physical and so on, disabilities can now enter our classrooms. We are trying to fit the schools with ramps and so on to facilitate. And Dr. Hartman and her team has provided invaluable information where getting the message across is concerned. How do we get to these children? How do we plan inclusively? How do we do all of that? We're accustomed to this culture of chalk and talk. We go to the chalkboard and we write and we draw on the chalkboard. Why don't we make the classrooms more student-centered, learning more student-centered, using the projector more, using a whiteboard, using a smart board, So she has, she's putting us and educating us about those things, which is pretty new for us, because we basically teach in a behaviorist way instead of a constructivist approach. And additionally, she would facilitate with Dr. Maynard some workshops, parent workshops also, and the students will come along. These, the parents of the students with special needs that are invited get to bring the children along to the workshops. And the students will facilitate the children by taking them to another room, keeping them engaged, occupied, so that Dr. Hartman and her team could have this one-on-one session with the parents and really teach them strategies, the shared reading and the read aloud activities. There was one student who did a lesson with me. Jess. Yes, she was very good. She was very good with her session. And I like the way how the students were able to keep the children with varying disabilities and special needs engaged. And they were so engaged they didn't want to leave. Excuse me. That is very good, and I applaud you guys. You did a really, really good job. You obviously have a good teacher. On her last visit, Dr. Hartman came to our unit to do a presentation on that Wednesday. And I will never forget that presentation because I had my last module of my course, which is my teaching practicum, to complete. And her session was about lesson planning, inclusive lesson planning, which I soaked in everything. Because I was just about to go on teaching practice. And I'm pleased to say that I did very well. Both my students and I had a wonderful learning experience. It lasted 3 months, actually. Teaching practice lasts 3 months. And 2 weeks ago, I completed my degree in educational services, majoring in special needs education at the University of Southern California. So I thank you. And I have to say thank you to Dr. Hartman and her team for all that information. I was kind of ahead of some persons in my class with certain things, certain strategies, because I like direct instruction, and I blended the direct instruction with what I learned from Dr. Hartman. And I really had a good time trying out the strategies with my new students. Oh yes, Summers Institute. They came from Summers Institute. Dr. Hartman, Dr. Maynard, and I'm not seeing her. What's her name?
Dr. Bernaldi.
Dr. Bernaldi. They came for Summers Institute. That's a program set up by the Ministry of Education that offers workshop sessions during the summertime to teachers. And you come to these sessions and you are open to try new things. I did the inclusive education session, and I also did the assistive devices, making assistive devices with using cardboard for students with special needs. And because of that, I think, how many students do you have enrolled in that program online?
I think we have about, Eric, 30?
I think it's about 20.
20?
Yeah.
20 teachers now decided to carry on, learn more about the UDL model, and they have signed up and is currently doing a course online with Dr. Hartman and her team. Your contribution to our team, to our country, is invaluable. We really appreciate you guys, and I hope that this partnership continues for a very long time. We love it here. Thank you for the opportunity to come here. The only thing is a bit nippy. I am accustomed to 90-degree weather, 85, 90-degree weather on a daily basis. Now I'm wearing scarves and cardigans and sweaters. It's a big change, but we are happy for the opportunity to be here, and thank you for having us. And I look forward to continuing partnership with Lasell. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And good morning, colleagues in the teaching profession. I just bring some nice words from T.N. Kernan School, and also to show my appreciation. I am one of the many teachers at TNK, right, who have benefited from the partnership between Lasell College and my school. My name is David Thomas, grade 5 and 6 social study teacher at the T.N. Kernan School. Over 5+ years, my school has been visited by Professor Elizabeth Hartman and Dr. Amy Maynard and their team from the Lasell College, and they come yearly and they share their knowledge and experiences with the teachers at TNK. Professor Hartman and her team has brought to TNK a wealth of knowledge and many blessings in the guise of books and other necessary tools that teachers needed within the classroom at TNK. The teachers at TNK have interacted with the Lasell team in terms of many workshops and training sessions hosted by Professor Hartman and Dr. Amy Maynard and their team. We were given instruction and many tips on classroom management, how to deal with special needs children within the mainstream classroom, how to establish expectation for group work, along with many other topics, too numerous to mention. The Lasell College has been a total strength and support for TNK. Therefore, on behalf of the principal and staff of the T.N. Kernan Primary School, I would like to express our sincere appreciation and thanks Professor Hartman, Dr. Maynard and their team for their hard work over the past 5+ years and their tremendous support. Teacher Ayana and I, we are grateful for this opportunity to be here at Lasell College to get personal hands-on experience on what we have been taught in the past. So thank you very much.
So we're always thinking about what our next step is. How can we make this better, stronger, more collaborative, and really just get the most out of this really beautiful collaborative relationship that we have. And this year in particular, we're very proud, as I mentioned before, to have the teachers out to actually see us here in Boston at Lasell. We also plan to really continue with the donations, and this is our kind of plea to the community. If you know of anyone who has books, supplies, we can bring it down, we can organize it, we can make sure it gets in the right hands. So if you know of any teachers who are clearing up classrooms and they have extra materials, please get in touch with either Amy and I, and we'll make sure they get brought down to Antigua with us. Also, one of the things that we're constantly looking at is how to make sure every year connects to the next. So one of the things that's kind of interesting about our program is we take 12 students each year down, but only one of those students remains kind of the same. We have a leader who returns every year. But so it can feel like the students who go down when you bring 11 new students every year, that in some ways you're starting fresh, which feels good, but you kind of wish, if the students from the previous cohort could really just sit down and have a long chat with the students who are about to go, that would be great. So to take on that problem, I asked Sarah Axon to help me, and I'm going to have her come up and talk about her honors component.
So like Professor Hartman said, I chose to do an honors component linked to the Antigua program, and I've been like super excited about this project since I was like a freshman and like desperately applying to go. So like I always knew that I wanted to do something with this, and I wasn't quite sure what, because I didn't know a lot about what the program was going to look like beforehand. So I went to Professor Hartman and I said, "What do you need?" And that's what she told me, is she really wanted to increase the connection between each group of students. And so I took a bunch of the videos while I was there and a little bit while we were preparing, just so that the next group that goes can get like a better idea of what it looks like, what kind of work we do, some testimonials from the students who've gone before, just so they understand the project and are prepared for it as much as possible.
Wasn't that an amazing project? Thank you so much, Sarah, because that will be the cornerstone of our course in the fall when we go on our next round. And all the students who are going with us in January of 2020 will get to see Sarah's video. And I think it's just already going to get them so much further along in understanding what the classrooms look like, what the partnership is like, and what their role in it is. To close out today, I wanted to share that there's also another project that came out of students who really just, again, want things to continue on and didn't want to leave the island, even though we've left it. Mindy and Olivia created a linked credit where we started partnering with a new school on the island just of students with special needs. This is often this school that students will go to if they are unsuccessful in their local school, then they'll come to this school, Adele. And it's often the students who have more pervasive developmental disabilities, who have intellectual disabilities or more severe disabilities. And one of the things that they noticed is a need for just more teaching materials around literacy and helping the teachers to really encourage and expect students, even if they have intellectual disabilities, to be literate. So they also created a similar video like Sarah's that will help the teachers, and created 4 huge binders full of fantastic literacy materials that the teachers will be able to start using as soon as Ayana and Lovette go back next week. So we're really happy for Mindy and Olivia taking that on as an additional project this spring. And they can't be here today because of other commitments with their student teaching, but I wanted to give them a round of applause as well. And I think that's time for us, if you'd like to stay and ask any questions or come and meet Ayana, Lavette, or talk with Sarah about her fantastic project, please do so. Thank you so much for coming, and please be in touch with me if you know of any resources or ways you can help out with our project. Thanks.